How to survive in the wilderness with nothing. Whether you enjoy hiking, camping, climbing, or any other outdoor activity, you can never know what unexpected surprises might happen. This does not mean you need to avoid it or cancel all your plans and stay home, but it's extremely important and helpful to know how to survive in the wilderness even if you have nothing with you. No matter the activity you're engaging in, chances are you have various resources with you that can help your survival even in the most extreme of situations. But let's think about the worst-case scenario where you find yourself in the wilderness with nothing on you, and now it is up to you to stay alive. In this video, I cover the interesting topic of how to survive in the wilderness with nothing. Some of the things I elaborate about in this video in order to survive are: how to stay calm, how to find or build a shelter, how to stay warm, how to find a water source, and more. With that said, I highly recommend that you visit our site and read the full article, where I cover everything you need to know about surviving in the wilderness with nothing, including how to find or hunt something to eat, recommend about a wilderness survival kit, and more. See the link to the article in the description section below this video. Let's begin. Stay calm. The first thing to remember when it comes to wilderness survival is to stay calm. Sure, you're in a dangerous, scary and extreme situation that you're not used to. Your heart starts to race, blood level rising, the mind starts shooting all sorts of negative thoughts, and you're starting to panic. This is normal, but you have to learn to stay calm if you wish you do things the right way and stay alive. I know it's easier said than done, but you can practice staying calm even during everyday situations. When you feel you're about to burst, yell, getting angry and upset, stop yourself, take some deep breaths, count to 10. This will cool your emotions and vaporize the negative thoughts. You can also meditate and find some inner peace, and believe me, this is no joke. When you're not calm, you're not thinking straight. You're letting the adrenaline and panic take over, which may lead you to take bad choices, avoid the right ones, and basically risking injury and even death. This method is called ABC of survival, and it includes 5 steps. A. Accept the situation and don't look for anyone to blame for it. This is the situation at hand and now it's up to you to deal with it in order to survive and stay alive. B. B stands for brewing coffee. You don't have to actually brew coffee, but the act itself calms you down and takes your mind off the situation you're in, focusing on the coffee and not on negative thoughts and feelings, and it's also a way to keep warm. C. Consider the options for survival. Look for whatever can help you survive, from water, to food, to tools that help you progress in the wild, and anything that can assist you here and now. Again, I will elaborate on some of these during the article. D. Decide on a plan to survive. After you've accepted the situation you are in and assessed everything around that can help you, try thinking of a plan to use all these resources to stay alive. E. Execute the plan. You are now calm, you have a plan, maybe some resources you've found on the way, now it's time to execute and survive. Find or build a shelter. When you don't know where you are, and especially in the wild, it's crucial to find or build a place to stay in, a shelter. Most likely, there are animals around, since it's their natural surroundings. It's best not to disturb them, or they may attack out of defense and fear. You don't want to encounter a bear or some other big animal that can hurt or even kill you. Another reason to find a shelter is to keep warm and not suffer from hypothermia. The easiest and best option is to find a natural shelter in the wild. This can be a spot up that is against rocky outcropping or even a down with dry ground below. You can always put some more branches and debris on the main shelter and structure. If you need to build a shelter, you can look for trees that fell and then pile a few large branches against the tree. This will be your wall. The small gaps should then be filled with smaller branches. Remember to cover the entire shelter with leaves as well as debris. Also, it is advised to place some dry leaves on the floor of the shelter in order not to sleep on the soil, which can be damp and cold. The leaves on the ground should be replaced each and every day. Just make sure that no animal inhabits the place of your shelter and that your shelter protects you from the cold, rain, winds and the animals that may wander the place. You can also find a cave, although I wouldn't recommend it, only as a last resort. It can easily be inhabited with a bear or another animal, so always check the cave before entering and do it only if you have no other option for a shelter. Stay warm. You cannot function when you're cold and your body begins to shut down. Did you know that the main cause of death in the wild is not from dehydration or even starvation, It's actually from hypothermia? Well, now you know. The shelter you've found or built helps you keep warm, but you should also start a fire, and for several reasons. Starting a fire not only keeps you warm, but also keeps away insects and other animals, helps you boil water, cook food, and even signal for help. Because we've established that you have nothing with you, there are ways to start a fire even without a lighter or matches, and they are not so difficult. I have written an article on our site about the subject, so it's best to visit our site and check it out as I elaborate all the methods to start a fire without a lighter or matches. There is another way, and you won't believe it. A woman named Susan O'Brien was able to survive the night in the woods when she buried herself in the dirt in order to keep warm. Because dirt acts as a great insulator, you can bury yourself in it to keep warm. Also, use pine needles, dry leaves and other debris near you to cover yourself as much as possible to stay warm. Find a water source. You cannot survive for long without water, and even if you do, you will be weak, won't think straight, and chances of wilderness survival will be slim to non-existent. The next step to survive in the wild with nothing is to find a source of water. Here are a few ways to find water in the wild. Collect rainwater. If there's rain where you're at, find something to collect the rainwater in. It can be a container, some kind of a bottle, and basically anything that can hold and store the rainwater in it. Look for a stream. If you can find a running stream, that's your best option for a water source. A running stream of water has less bacteria and parasites in it, so although not 100% safe for drinking, it's still a good source of water, since your main priority now is to survive. Even if you get a little sick from the water, you're still alive. Dragging cloth in the woods. Tie a piece of cloth to your leg and walk through the woods with the cloth on the ground. It will absorb the dew from the plants around, and you'll have something to drink. Use your shirt to collect dew. Another way to collect water is by using your shirt. Simply press the shirt on the ground, and once it absorbed some water, squeeze the shirt and drink from, or pour the water to a water bottle. Use the mountains. If you're near a mountain, there is a chance there's a stream of water nearby. All you need to do is walk in a parallel line to the mountain, and you may come across a stream and a source of water. Ants can be helpful too. If you see ants go up a tree, there's a chance there is water where they're headed. Search for a crotch in the tree in the direction of the ants and place some clothing in that spot in order to absorb and collect some water. Another option is searching in holes of tree that are dead or decaying. These are just some of the ways to find and collect water in the wilderness. That is why I suggest that you visit our site and read the article to learn about all the possible ways to find and collect water. Signal for help. It's probably a good idea to signal your location if you find yourself stranded in the wild. There are a few ways to signal for help. Start a fire. I've mentioned earlier that starting a fire may be a way to signal for help. During the day, the smoke can be visible, and during the night the fire is surely visible, especially from above. If the fire is intended to signal for help, try and start it in an open space so the trees won't block its view from above if a plane or helicopter passes by. Using a mirror. Similar to starting a fire, if you have a small mirror with you, or any other reflective item, or find it on the way, you can try and use it to signal for help if you spot a plane or helicopter. Of course, this can be done only during the daytime, as you need to use the sun's rays to hit the mirror and reflect to the plane or helicopter. Using stones, sticks, branches. By using stones, sticks, branches, or anything else you can put on the ground, you can spell the word help. You must spell the word in an open space where nothing covers or hides it. This way, if a plane or helicopter flies by, it can spot the word from above. Spell help on the sand/ground. If there is sand nearby or there is a way to carve the word help on the ground and soil, try it. If the ground is not too hard, not rocky, and you can carve or dig in it, spell the word help on it. Again, make sure it's done in an open space that is visible from above. Tip: if you spell the word help in a place that is not near your shelter, whereabouts, or location, try to spell, draw, or carve a pointer or arrow on the ground that signals your current location, so rescuers will know where to search and look for first. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more videos about off-grid, camping, survival, and other interesting topics. For the full article, where I also cover more ways to find and collect water, how to find or hunt something to eat, and recommend about a wilderness survival kit, please visit our site. You will also find there more information about off-grid living, survival, camping, and much more. Have an amazing day.